Hey Nurse Awesome, I want to talk to you guys today about something really cool that proved itself to me at my job in ICU the other day. So remember how I was talking about how forming links in information would help for you to really be able to recall concepts as you sort of connected the dots in a way that was much more powerful than simply memorizing information. You guys remember that video? Just a couple of days ago. So I'm in my job, right? And my patient starts to complain about having some leg cramps. Now, he's not there for any reason that would lead me to believe that he's losing potassium. He's not getting any sort of medication that would make that happen. He's not vomiting a lot. Nothing like that's happening. But guess what? He's diuresing a lot based on one of the medical conditions that he had. And so in my head, I sort of remembered that your kidneys and your gut are really what's responsible for getting rid of extra potassium, right? You lose potassium through your gut and your kidneys. And if your kidneys are getting rid of tons of potassium, then that may mean that he's a little bit hypokalemic, right? And if he's hypokalemic, maybe that's what's causing his muscle cramps. So I know in my head that that could lead to some kind of life-threatening dysrhythmias. So I asked for some labs to be drawn. Turns out, sure enough, my patient had low potassium. We replaced it. We got a heart monitor on him in the meantime. And yeah, it was all good. If I had not had those links in my head, though, between diuresis, potassium, leg cramps, monitor, put them on a heart monitor, get a lab value. You know, if all of that hadn't been firing off in my head, then my patient may have gotten into trouble with a lot of PVCs in his heart rhythm before we even got labs drawn, right? So I wanted to share that with you because I thought it was super cool that I actually just talked about it the other day, right? Here's another kind of example of that. This is the sheet that I made up while I was in school. I know it is super duper messy, and my apologies for that, but you know how nursing school is, right? So this side talks about hypokalemia a little bit, and what it really talks about is those things we said. What is hypokalemia? What is the doctor going to do about it? What can the nurse do about it? What's it caused from, you know, what makes it worse, what makes it better, that sort of thing. And right here, lo and behold, is my little word, Charlie horses, smooth muscle. So I connected hypokalemia, also the diuresis, and people that are at risk, right? So here in the middle is what the normal stuff is. This is what I would expect. This is information about potassium. And down here where my highlight is, that's what's going to happen if something goes wrong, right? And of course we know with potassium, it's really responsible for your heart beating the way it's supposed to. Then over here is the same kind of information, only it's based on hyperkalemia, right? And so it's all those things that we just talked about, right? Hypokalemia on one side, people with NG suction, diarrhea, vomiting, excessive diuresis. We want to measure, monitor, replace. Hyperkalemia over on this side, which is, you know, kidney issues where we have medications or cell death we want to measure, monitor, get rid of. And in the middle, what exactly is potassium for in the first place? What is the normal value, you know? So I made this sheet that has my links, it has my risk, you know, what kinds of conditions are at risk for each one. And that was about 6 pages worth of information in my textbook on one page in 3 simple columns. And it was in a way that really like rooted those concepts in my head in a way that actually helped me with a patient. And that's what it's all about, right? So until next time, you guys, I hope that you are having a great time learning to be Nurse Awesome. Peace, y'all.